Roquan, this season you guys have played your best against the best. I think winning records. Why do you feel this team has done that this season?
I think we just do what we're signed up to do, and that's play for each other at the end of the day, give everything we got, and try to send a message, play in and play out. And, hey, no bigger stage can do that than the game coming up this week.
Roquan, I believe this will be the first time you've played against Patrick Mahomes. We know how good he is, but in studying him, what makes him that good? What makes him that difficult to beat as the rest of the NFL's experienced these last 5 years?
Yeah, absolutely. We all know he's an elite quarterback, does everything well. I think personally, just his ability to be able to read coverages as well as extend plays with his legs. And then, if you're not plastering, being able to throw it down the field and can hurt you that way. So he's a great quarterback. We all know that, but so are we on defense. So let's see.
How much more difficult does that make your job when you got a guy who does extend plays and throw from different angles?
I think it just goes back to doing your job, and I have the utmost respect for each and every guy I go to war with on the field. And I know play in and play out, we want to dictate the game our way at the end of the day. So, hats off for him for everything that he does. But at the end of the day, it's about us, always and forever.
Can you self-scout a little bit? What makes this defense so great throughout this whole season and when playing in high competition?
I think it just goes back to, guys not being complacent, guys being consistent day in and day out. And I think it starts with the preparation throughout the week. Each and every guy look themselves in the mirror, like I try to tell each and every guy every day. And if you give everything that you got, it's not many people that can do what we can do. And I know this defense is really good, and we're gonna, do everything in our power to make sure we show that to the world.
Along those lines, the old adage is defense wins championships. Do you guys, as a group that plays at such a high level, do you take any point sort of pride in trying to kind of prove that even in today's game, which is much more of an offense-oriented passing game?
Yeah, you definitely hear a lot of things about the offense and defense wins championships. And, each and every guy, we know, it's a team game at the end of the day. But if we dictate things on our terms and keep getting the ball back to Lamar, hey, it's going to be a long day for whichever other defense is out there in the field. But I have the utmost faith in every single guy, and we're going to do everything it takes to make sure we get the job done by any means necessary.
Roquan, you guys have really been known this year for really taking apart quarterbacks. And the other two quarterbacks still in the playoffs, you've beaten them already. Does playing against Mahomes feel sort of like the graduate level course in what you guys have done all year?
No, I don't think it's a graduate level course. I think it's a course that has to be done, and we're going to get it done. That's the message. It's not about, he puts his pants on just like any other quarterback. Yes, he's an elite quarterback, but at the end of the day, we're an elite defense, and that's our job, to stop the opposing offense, and that's our job, play in and play out, and that's what we got to do.
Roquan, what did you take away with working with Ray Lewis and just sort of picking at his game throughout the season?
Yeah, utmost respect for Ray and, everything he's done for this organization and for the linebacker in general in this game. And so I think the greatest ever to do it, and just being able to pick his mindset. And I just remember even as a kid, well before I knew I was going to ever play for the Ravens, being able to just watch his hype videos, watch his speeches and things like that. And it always inspired me since a little one. And, to be able to just have those personal conversations, it takes me back in a sense. But, we all have a job, and all the knowledge he's given me, definitely try to share it amongst the guys.
Well, your teammates and coaches will talk about how you're able to kind of make everyone around you play a little bit better, reach their full potential. Is that for you, do you think that's something that is natural within you? Is it something you're conscious of? What is your approach to that kind of part of football?
Honestly, I just go out and give everything that I got, lead first and foremost by example, and knowing that each and every guy that wants to be great at the end of the day it's a resume that you have at the end of the day. And I constantly remind guys, whatever you put out there on film is going to live forever. So if you want your kids to see you doing something years from now, hey, hats off to you. But I know one day when I have kids, I want them to know that I was that guy that, knock your face off and, do everything that it takes, play in and play out, to make sure my guy's in the best place as well as I'm in the best place. And I feel like if you do that, everything else will work out for itself.
We're kind of talking about history here. I mean, in this building, you're talking about Ray just now. There's pictures of the great defensive players who were here and the big playoff games they played in. Is there a special buzz or feeling that you get in a week like this, again, in a big playoff game, when you just kind of consider the legacy that this team is a part of?
Yeah, no, there's definitely a lot of history here for the short years that the Ravens been a part of the league since 96, a lot of history. But just being able to bring a championship game back to Baltimore, that's definitely huge. Don't take that lightly, definitely with the fans, man. The fans come in live, especially last week, so it's going to be definitely huge for those guys this week. And at the end of the day, it just goes back to each and every guy doing what we do, and that's just playing our style of ball, punishing every cat and letting everyone know after they, get hit by us, like you got hit by the Ravens, and, send a message to, hey, I don't want to play that team again. That's how we are. That's how we are, and we just want to impose our will, play in and play out.
You describe Isaiah Pacheco, the way he runs, and the idea you both seem to have a ferocity that could get together a couple times this week.
Yeah, I'm excited for the matchup. Hats off to, I tip my hat off to anybody that runs the ball hard, and you bring it every single game, every single play. I love that, because at the end of the day, one is going to have to break, and I don't plan to be on that breaking end.
Roquan, your locker's pretty close to Lamar. How would you characterize kind of his demeanor, his attitudes since the playoffs began?
Yeah, man, talking with Jack day in and day out, I just know his mindset, how excited he is about to show the world exactly who he is, play in and play out, and just the way he's leading the offense and the things he's able to do with the football. And like I've always said, since I've been here, I'm just grateful that I'm playing with him and not against him, because it's definitely a handful and he can beat you in so many different ways. So I'm just happy to be a part of it and happy that he's on my team.
Is there a different edge when you're going against the defending champions?
No, I don't think there's a different edge. I think it's an edge of defending your turf. Any man that has a chance, someone's trying to come in and take something for you that you've worked your entire life for. And if you need any more added substance to that, then what are you playing the game for, in my opinion? So it's about mano, this man across from me, what are you going to do to make sure we advance? And that's what I think it boils down to at the end of the day. And if you need any more hype or anything like that, like I said, you're playing it for the wrong reason. Hey, I know I'm playing it for the right reason. I'm trying to punish a cat every chance I get.
What does Mike McDonald allow you guys to do?
I think Mike McDonald allows us to just be ourselves at the end of the day, gives us such a unique plan, dissect offenses like it's no other, like he's a mad scientist in a sense, and then, give it to us in the way that we understand it. And that's hats off to the entire defensive staff from top to bottom, everybody that's on the defensive side of the ball. And I love it, and being able to just hit you from any different angle. And when you have it like that, man, it's hard to complain, and everybody get their one-on-one. So it's about winning your one-on-one once you get it. That's what I think it is in a nutshell.
Roquan, when you're one step away from a goal that you've been working your whole life to achieve, getting to the Super Bowl, how different is this week? Just from the human element, I mean, I know you don't want to look ahead, but how different is it?
Yeah, I think it just goes back to something is in your way, trying to stop you from getting where you want to go, and what are you going to do about it as a human being? Like, if something is in your way and you've been dreaming for something your entire life, busting your tail day in and day out for something, and are you going to allow something to stop you? You're going to give everything in your human power to make sure that that's not the case. And that's how we look at it. And I know we're going to play that way every given play. So tune in Sunday. Get your popcorn ready.
Do one more.
Roquan, you're notorious for giving these animated speeches in pregame before the game starts. Do you plan that ahead of time? What's your message going to be this Sunday?
Honestly, I've gotten that question a couple times, and I never really plan any speeches. I just go from what's on the heart, what's on the mind, and what I feel like, my going out through pregame, coming to the stadium, and like whatever I'm feeling mentally, and I just like express that. I don't try to make things up to like make guys feel this way or feel that way, because at the end of the day, it's fake. I'm myself. All I know is to be myself and deliver what's on my heart instead of trying to create things that are nonsense in a sense. So I think that's where a lot of people go wrong at in this world, trying to be something they're not, and I just express what's on my heart at the end of the day.
All right, thanks, Roquan.